Have you ever tried to explain something to someone without actually showing how to do it? Imagine trying to teach someone to swim who's never touched the water. You could describe every detail: the sweep of the arms, the rhythm of the breathing, the cool resistance of the water, but until they actually step into the water, feel the shock of cold, and start to move, swimming remains only theory. Working with the runes is the same. You can read, listen, even memorize their meanings, but until you stand in them, breathe with them, and feel them move through you, the runes remains words, not living forces. There is a gap between understanding and experience, and it's not a small gap. It is an ocean, and the only way across is to swim. Logic can take you up to the edge. It can prepare your mind, even point the way. But it can't give you the feeling, the vibration that comes when body, breath, and awareness merge in practice. Each rune is a distinct pattern of consciousness. Stand in its shape for a few seconds and you learn the form. But stand in it for a few minutes and it begins to move within you. It is the difference between tracing a river on a map and stepping into its flow. Experience isn't need. It comes with uncertainty, resistance, and even a bit of discomfort. But that is how the learning takes root. Through the senses, the emotions, the subtle awareness that words can't capture. When you practice the runes, you begin to notice small shifts. A current of warmth, a deep stillness, a sudden clarity. Over time, those sensations weave into an understanding. Not the kind that you can quote or explain, but the kind you can live. I remember standing in the rune Fa for the first time, convinced I already understood it. Creation, vitality, the spark of being, wealth, generosity. But when I lifted my arms into its posture, nothing happened. On the contrary, it felt awkward. My chanting of its words sounded stupid. My mind kept chattering, waiting for proof that I was doing it right. And then one day I stopped trying to make something happen. I just stood, breathing softly, and something shifted. The shape settled into my body. A tingling began at my fingertips and ran down to my feet, as if a quiet current had awakened inside me, vibrating in me. The posture that once felt stiff now pulsed with life. It deepened even more when I stopped forcing my breath and let it move like the rune itself. Each inhale drawing energy from the ground, each exhale releasing it into the world. That was when I realized Fa wasn't something to study, it was something to become. And that was a lesson that applied to all the runes. Rune practice asks for patience, persistence, and a good dab of sincerity. But what it gives back is something far greater, a living connection between who you are and what the runes reveal. The moment you stop learning about the runes and start to learn through them, that is when theory becomes practice and practice becomes life. And that is the true magic of the runes. That is where it begins.